speaking of the Trump administration, that administration now cracking down on vaping. President Trump says he plans to ban flavored vape products, which health officials argue attract children and can get them hooked on nicotine. About 20% of high schoolers have used e-cigarettes. That's according to data from the FDA and CDC. And that data showed a 78% spike in e-cig use among high schoolers from 2017 to 2018. So this has rapidly increased just in the last year. Nearly 68% of high schoolers have used flavored e-cig products. Yahoo Finance's Jess Smith is in D.C. with the latest on the vaping plan. What's up, Jess?
Hey, Dan, this is going to be a ban on all non-tobacco flavored vaping products. The administration says that there is an alarming surge in e-cigarette use among children, and they say there's new data that they briefed the president on yesterday that shows these children are being attracted to those flavors like mango and bubblegum. They say they want to make sure they're doing whatever they need to here to keep kids from getting hooked on nicotine. This has been something that lawmakers on both sides of the aisle have been pushing for, and now the administration says it's moving forward. It will allow tobacco flavor products. They say the goal there is to allow adults to use them as they try to wean themselves off traditional cigarettes. Now, President Trump says First Lady Melania Trump was actually pretty influential in getting this going. He said she was concerned about their son, Barron. Here's President Trump talking about this plan.
We can't allow people to get sick, and we can't have our youth be so affected. And I'm hearing it, and that's how the First Lady got involved. She's got a son together that is a beautiful young man, and she feels very, very strongly about it. She's seen it. We're both reading it. A lot of people are reading it. But people are dying with vaping. So we're looking at it very closely.
President Trump says they still need to figure out just what health problems e-cigarettes may be causing. But as you heard him mentioning there is the outbreak of this lung disease that could be linked to vaping, and that has killed 6 people and left hundreds of others sick. Now, Juul did respond to this news in a statement to Yahoo Finance. A spokesperson said, "We strongly agree with the need for aggressive category-wide action on flavored products. We will fully comply with the final FDA policy when effective." HHS Secretary Alex Azar did say yesterday that the plan should be finalized in the coming weeks, so we will keep an eye on any final guidance from the FDA. Dan?
Jess, I don't want to get too far afield here, but in that clip you just showed, a lot of the discussion resulting is around the fact that President Trump, while making that point about the fact that these vape products are marketed to kids, said, Melania has a son, or she has a son was the quote. What did you make of that?
Yeah. I think it was kind of an awkward slip up there. I didn't really pay too much attention to it, but yeah, that did get some traction on Twitter saying that she has a son, referring to their son, Barron. I think that was just a little awkward slip of the tongue there.
And Jess, let's talk about the reaction to companies that actually produce these e-cigs. So Juul, one of the biggest e-cig makers, the CEO came out and said that he actually welcomes regulation and that flavored e-cigs are problematic. So what do you think a company like Juul should do given these regulations that are going to be coming down the pipeline?
I mean, I can't tell them what to do other than what I can just tell you what law. Yeah. I mean, we'll have to see what they do for this. We know that Juul and other companies are lobbying Washington and lobbying regulators about this. And there is a group of bipartisan lawmakers who are pushing for regulation, who say maybe this ban doesn't go far enough. It's not enough to have executive action. There needs to be legislation as well. We heard from Republicans and Democrats yesterday who are calling for legislation. And in addition to banning flavored e-cigs, they want to raise the age for them to 21 from 18. So we'll see how much the industry fights those regulations and if they can get any traction in Congress.
All right. Thanks, Jess. Always interesting to keep an eye here on what President Trump chooses to go after. Some people looking at the things that he has banned and the things he hasn't. So we'll talk more about it. Thanks, Jess.
Of course.